Hello, good evening student. Let's start a new topic that is polygons. So students, चैप्टर स्टार्ट करने से पहले हम ये समझ लेते हैं जो वर्ड है पॉलीगन उसका मीनिंग क्या है. So see students, जो पॉलीगन वर्ड है, it is a combination of two words that is poly and gons. Okay, here the word poly it means many and the word gons means sides. Means anything which has many sides that is called polygons. So, okay, so it is the meaning of the word polygons. So what is a proper definition of the word polygons? Let's move further. So before the starting the definition of the polygons, let you understand some basic things. See, we know when we move a pencil along the objects with the straight edges, such as you can say a ruler, a dice, a pencil board, etc. So what we will get? We will get a straight line like this. When we are moving a pencil along the straight edges, so what we will get? We will get a straight line like this. Okay. Similarly, if we move the pencil along the circular objects, or you can just say the circular edges, like around if this coin, if we move a pencil, so what we will get? We will get a curved line. So, okay. So what I want to say by these definitions, that when we are moving a pencil along a straight edges or a circular edges, we are getting a straight line or a curved line. Okay, what I mean to say, I mean to define the word curves. So what is curves? It is that word, or you can say the figures traced out with the help of sharp edges of a pencil without lifting the pencil is called curve. Means when you are continuously moving a pencil along a sharp edge without lifting it, you will get a curve. Okay, say similarly, if you can say like you are rotating around a star shape, like a pencil you are moving like this. Okay, so what we are getting, this is a curve. So students, there are some types of the curves. Let's understand what are these. See, you can see that this is a curve. It is made without lifting the pencil. Similarly, this and this. But they are the name of such types of the curves. Let's understand what are the names. So before giving their name, let's learn some types of curves. See, what are the simple curves? The curve that does not intersect itself at any point. Means, जो curves जो अपने आप में कहीं भी इंटरसेक्ट नहीं करती हैं किसी भी पॉइंट पर, उन कर्व्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं? सिंपल कर्व्स बोलते हैं. सिमिलरली सी लाइक दिस, ये कर्व है विच इज मेड विदाउट लिफ्टिंग द पेंसिल. सो क्या ये कहीं इंटरसेक्ट करी है? नहीं. सो इट इज एन सिंपल कर्व. सिमिलरली इफ यू कैन से इट इज नॉट आल्सो इंटरसेक्टिंग इटसेल्फ, सो इट इज आल्सो अ सिंपल कर्व. सो सी इन दिस फिगर, what are the figures, which are the curves that are not intersecting itself? See, this is the first. Is this curve intersecting itself? No. So it is a simple curve. See in the second part, this curve is intersecting at this point. At this point also. So it is not a simple curve. See, is this a simple curve or not? It is also not intersecting. It is just meeting at one point. If it starts at this point, moving like this and ending at the same point, but it is not intersecting. So it is also a simple curve. It is also a simple curve. This is not a simple curve because it is intersecting at this point. Again, this is not a simple curve because it is intersecting at this point. But this is a simple curve. Clear? So what are the simple curves? So after this another definition is there. What is that? Open curve. What are the open curves? Curve whose endpoints do not meet. They are called the open curve. Mean they can intersect, but their endpoint doesn't meet. How? See like this. Its starting point is this, but it is ending here, so it is an open curve. Its starting point here, its ending point here. They are not meeting with each other, so this is also an open curve. Now see here, its endpoints are not meeting, so it is an open curve. Its endpoints are also not meeting, so again it is also an open curve. It's in this endpoints are meeting, so it is not an open curve. Similarly, this is not an open curve. This is an open curve and this is an open curve, but here no. So after this another definition is there, which is called the closed curve. So what are the closed curve? Curve that completely encloses an area and has no endpoints. Okay, means which are getting completely closed. How? You can see this is a closed curve because this curve completely enclosing an area, this area. Okay, and also it has no endpoint, so it is a closed curve. Here in this figure, this is a closed curve, this is a closed curve, and this last one is a closed curve because they are enclosing an area and it does not has any endpoints. So clear, students? So these are the three types of the curves: simple curves, open curves, and closed curve. So now class, we move to the basic definition of the polygons. That what is a definition? See that a simple closed figure which is bounded by 3 or more line segments is called a polygon. Means for any figure to be a polygon, it must have minimum 3 line segments. Okay, it must be enclosed with a 3 line segment. So if you can say, can you tell me that any figure which is having the 3 line segments? This is a triangle, 3 sides are there. Okay, it is enclosed by 3 line segments, so this is a polygon. And what is the name of this polygon? It is called triangle. After the triangle, we are having another 4-sided line segments. 4 line segments are there. So it is a polygon. And what kind of a polygon it is? You can say it is a rectangle, or you can say a quadrilateral. Okay. So let's see what are the types of the polygons. A figure having 3 line segment is called triangle. 4 line segment is called quadrilateral. 5 line segment is called pentagon. 6 line segment is called hexagon. 7 line segment is called heptagon. 8 lines octagon. 9 sides nonagon, and 10 sides decagon. Okay. After this 10 sides, if any figure is having more than 10 segments, till up to 10 we are knowing the name, and sides. Any polygon, if it is having n sides after decagon, so what we call such polygon is called as n-gon. So what we call such polygon as n-gon. Means if a polygon is having 12 sides, so 12 gon, 14 sides and 14 gon, 19 sides then 19 gon. Clear? Now after this, we move to the adjacent sides of a polygons. So what are the adjacent sides of the polygons? See, if 2 sides of a polygons have a common endpoint, then these sides are called the adjacent sides of a polygon. See, here it is AB and here it is CB. It is having common endpoint, that is B. So AB and CB, this is a one pair of adjacent sides of a polygon. Similarly, this is BC and DC. Then this CD and DA, common endpoint is D. Then DA and AB. Clear? So these are the adjacent sides of a polygon. After that, move to the what are the vertices of a polygon. So the common endpoint of a 2 adjacent sides of a polygon is called a vertex. Okay. See, these are the 2 sides, adjacent sides, EA and BA. And what is a common endpoint? It is A. So it will be one vertex. What are the other vertex? B, C, D and E. After the vertex, what are the diagonals of a polygon? See, a line segment joining the non-adjacent vertices. See, this is a pentagon. Okay. A, B, C, D and E. These are the vertex here. So see, AE and ED are 2 adjacent sides. Meet their non-adjacent vertices. Means A and D. This is one diagonal. AC is another diagonal. Similarly, EB is another diagonal. See from here, E and AB, 2 adjacent sides, meet their 2 non-adjacent vertices. So it will be diagonal. Similarly, your BD and EC is the another diagonal. So this way you can find the diagonals of a polygon. Okay. So you can see in a hexagon, how many diagonals are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Total 9 diagonals are there. And vertex for this hexagon are A, B, C, D, E, F. Diagonals are mentioned here. You can see clearly. So now, by knowing the sides, how we can find the number of the triangles can be formed in a polygon. So it is formed by a formula which is called n minus 2. That is the number of sides of a polygon. Clear? Means if you are given a hexagon, for hexagon, how many sides are there? 6 sides are there. In hexagon, 6 sides are there. So how many triangles will be there? It will be 6 minus 2, which is equals to 4. Only 4 triangles will be there. Now, after this, we move to the topic, that is a regular polygon and the irregular polygons. So what are the regular polygon and the irregular polygons? The polygons having all sides equal and all angles are equal. So means any polygon which is having all the sides and all the angles equal, that is called regular polygon. And the polygons which are having no side equal and no angle equal, that is called the irregular polygon. Means if a one single side or one single angle is unequal now, then it will be a irregular polygon. So class, can you tell me any example of a polygon, if you can give me, which is regular? See, we all are familiar with the word square. It is a polygon. As it is a quadrilateral, its all sides are equal, all angles are equal. So it is a regular polygon. Similarly, an equilateral triangle, all sides and all angles are equal. So it is also a regular polygon. But irregular polygon, see, a rectangle is there. All angles are equal, but sides are not equal. Opposite sides are equal only. So it is an example of irregular polygon. You can see here how the regular and the irregular polygons are verified. Now after that, we move to the next type of the polygon, that are the convex and the concave polygons. So जो convex polygon होती है वो क्या होंगे और concave polygons क्या होती है? See, in a convex polygon, if each angle is less than 180 degree, means कि कोई भी ऐसी polygon जिसका interior angle less than 180 degree हो, तो वो क्या कहलाएगी? Convex. See, it is a square or rectangle. We can see in rectangle, each angle is less than 180 degree, as each angle is 90 degree. So it is an example of convex polygon. But in a concave polygon, if at least one angle is more than 180 degree now, then it will not be a convex, it will be a concave. Means if one angle is 190 degree now, then it will be a concave polygon. See how? See, it is a convex polygon. You can see in a convex polygon, each interior angle is less than 180 degree, you can see. But see in this angle is less than 180 degree. But this is a reflex angle. It is in greater than 180 degree. Reflex angle are those angles now which are greater than 180 degree. And this angle is greater than 180 degree. So it is a concave polygon. Means to identify that whether a polygon is a concave or a convex, see, if any sharp edges inside the polygon comes like this, this is making a reflex angle which is greater than 180 degree. Okay, so it will always be a concave polygon. Similarly, you can see here all angles are less than 180 degree, but here this angle is greater than 180 degree. So this is called a concave polygon. Now after that, interior and exterior angles of a polygon. See what we want to say. If you can see, take this rectangle. The angles which are inside this polygon are called the interior angles, and the angles which are made that we extend this side of this rectangle to like this. Okay, so if we are exceeding this side, so all these angles which are inside the polygon, they are the interior angles, but this angle which is outside the exterior angle, outside this figure, it is called the exterior angle. And you can see clearly that adjacent interior angle and the exterior angle, they are completely making a straight angle which is equals to 180 degree. So what you can say that exterior angle plus adjacent interior angle, it is equals to 180 degree. Clear, class? Now after that, if a question comes in exam, that how we can find the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon if we are knowing just the sides of that polygon. So here it is a formula to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon who is having the n sides. It is 2 right angles into n minus 2, or you can say n minus 2 into 180 degree. Now you will ask, ma'am, how it comes? See, 2 right angles means 2 into 90 degree into n minus 2. Okay. So 2 into 90, it is 180 degree into n minus 2. So it comes like this. Or you can also say 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. It is also same. We are multiplying this 2 inside the bracket. Clear? So let's see some example. If we want to find, see, we can prove this formula. What is the formula? That n minus 2 into 180 degree. Okay. Or you can say, you can use this formula 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. See, we know a triangle is a polygon. A triangle is a polygon, and in a triangle we know that the sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So let's prove this by this formula. How many sides are there? There are 3 sides. And what is the formula for the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. So what is n here? It is 2 into 3 minus 4 into 90. So 2 3 is 6. 6 minus 4. It is 2 into 90 degree. So it is equals to 180 degree. It is proved. Clear? So this formula is true. So we can find, if we know the number of sides of a polygon, then we can find the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon. Similarly, there is another property that the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Again, how many sides are there? 4 sides. What is our formula? It is 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. For the value of n, it is 2 into 4 minus 4 into 90 degree. So it is 8 minus 4 into 90. It is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. So 4 into 90, it is equals to 360 degree. So clear? It's proved. So yes, class, what we have learned today, we have learned that what are the curves, what are the types of the curve, what is polygon, okay, what are its diagonal, what are its adjacent sides, what are its vertex. After that, we have learned that if we are knowing the number of the sides of a polygon, we can find that how many triangles can be formed from it. Okay, beyond this, after what we have learned about the types of the polygons, that regular, irregular, convex polygon and concave polygon. After that, we come to know that how we can find the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon if we are knowing its sides. Clear? So this is up to for this session. In the next class, we will study